It is the 1st of December. Wake up, it's the 1st of the month. It's the end of the year. Let's go through the year-end book tag. I don't know what the dance was. Hello, book friends. It's Alyssa. Welcome back to the channel. Hello, if you are new. It is approximately 20 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I wished it was 20 degrees Celsius. That would be comfortable. I am cold. And because I am cold, I don't really want to be filming. And so we're going to do this time to do a book tag because I do not have it in me to speak eloquently to any degree for a book review. I do have a bunch of, you can never get this centered. Okay. I do have a bunch of, I think we did it. I do have a bunch of reviews that I do have to get through for you guys that need to go on the channel. I have so many things I'm trying to finish by the end of the year. I think my eyes are closing independently of each other. I'm too cold. I'm malfunctioning. Let's go through this book tag. Let's get some content on the channel. Let's see what I'm in for the last like 4 weeks of this year, and away we go. Nobody tagged me, by the way. I'm just doing this because I want to. First prompt is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Why? There may very well be. If you follow the Substack, I think you will know that I am still reading Lies and Sorcery. Can I finish it? I don't know. I'm gonna try to get through a chunk today. Because what else do I have to do? It's cold. I'm gonna light a fire, and I'm gonna do this because I'm too cold. I'm too cold to exist. But this is the albatross around my neck for 2024. Should I have just DNF'd it? Yes, but we've made it so far into this book that I kind of have to finish it. Also, this new camera setup that I'm doing, inspired by Aurora Reads, I still don't know where I'm looking, and I'm sorry if it looks like I'm not looking at you. I'm neurodivergent. I'm probably not looking at you anyway. Moving on, Lies and Sorcery. We all know about this. I'm also carrying over from November, Time of the Flies, which I'm only like a quarter of the way through. Really loving this. I really like what Pinheiro is doing in this. It's structurally very different than its first installment, prequel, All Yours. So loving this. And then I'm also about to finish The Bog Wife, which I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I feel like part of me likes Appalachian Gothic kind of vibes in theory, but in execution, I'm not enjoying it. So can somebody please recommend like Southern Gothic horror or like Appalachian Gothic stuff that isn't a letdown? Thank you. Next question. Do you have an autumnal book to transition you into the end of the year? Honestly, I don't even know what that means. But I have Black Chalk by Christopher Yates. It is a dark academia, 1 game, 6 students, 5 survivors that I have heard really great things about for years and never managed to read it. Always said I would. Reading it this year, it's a definite must. I think dark academia is autumnal, right? That'll transition me into the 20-degree weather, the bitter, bitter cold that I'm living in. This one does smell good, though. Yeah. Black Chalk. If you've read this, please tell me how you got on with it, because I feel like this is something that I've seen on a lot of lists and I know that people like, but I never hear anybody actually talk about it like today. So, Black Chalk, autumnal transitioning book. Okay. Next. Is there a new release you're still waiting for? Absolutely not. It's the end of December. I have no new releases that I'm waiting for at this point. It's not the end of December. Alyssa, stop speeding up time. It's December 1st. No, I have nothing I'm waiting for. Not for this year. I just want to get to winter 2025. We've got Han Kang. There's so many things coming out. If I can think of any other ones, I'll pop them on the screen. I probably won't think of anything else, but that's like the top of my list is the new Han Kang. And I do need to get to that arc, but that's not on the list for December because I have too many books. I just want you to know I have too many books. This isn't even all of them because I just remembered there's something missing. This is my checklist for December. Anyway, a little sneak peek of some of the answers for the questions if you are quick. Anyway, I think the cold has done something to me. What are 3 books you want to read by the end of the year? Well, you've already seen there's a large list, so I'll tell you 3 of them. We'll start with one I don't own physically, and that is French Exit by Patrick DeWitt. And do I know anything about this book? I do not. This is something that I agreed to read with some people, and it could go terribly wrong. It could go well. I don't know. Let's look at a summary. It's got a cute cover. Oh, it's a major motion picture too. Frances Price, tart widow, possessive mother, and Upper East Side force of nature, is in dire straits, beset by scandal and impending bankruptcy. Her adult son Malcolm is no help, mired in a permanent state of arrested development. And then there's the Price's aging cat, Small Frank, who Frances believes houses the spirit of her late husband, in an infamously immoral litigator and a world-class cad whose gruesome tabloid death rendered Frances and Malcolm social outcasts, putting penury and priordom behind them. Penury? I don't think I can say that word. Behind them. The family decides to cut their losses and head for the exit. One ocean voyage later, the curious trio land in their beloved Paris, the City of Lights, serving as a backdrop not for love or romance, but self-destruction and economical ruin to riotous effect. A number of singular characters serves to round out the cast: a bashful private investigator, an aimless psychic, those are different things, proposing a seance, a doctor who makes house calls with his wine merchant in tow, to name a few. Brimming with pathos, French Exit is one-of-a-kind tragedy of manners, a send-up of high society, as well as a moving mother-son caper, which only DeWitt could conceive and execute. It does sound like it's going to be fun. It sounds like it's going to be bants. It's going to be a good time. Anyway, so there's that. I have The Tenant of Wildfeld Hall. This is going to be shiny, but I've never read any Anne Bronte, so this will be my first time. I mean, it's got these fluorescent. I don't know where I found this edition, but I'm here for it. It has a map, I'm fairly certain, and a little family tree for the Brontes. It's not like the best bound book, but look, okay, it's pretty. And I'm sure I only paid like a few dollars for it because I'm cheap. Tenant Wildfeld Hall. Not going to read you a summary for that because it's just not going to happen. I only read French Exit because I wanted to know what it was about. Third book is Terra Nostra by Carlos Fuentes. This book is huge. Also, there's a newspaper article in here that when I touch it, I get hives. That's fun, right? Yeah, this is a very well-received book from its day, and we're going to see how I like it. I don't know how to explain this. History and fiction intertwine in a fictionalized history of Spain and historicalized fiction of the culture that Spain inherited from Rome, Arabic, and Jewish sources, and then thoroughly deformed, shipped over to the New World. In this novel, chronology is abolished. All times meet, fuse, separate in circles, spirals, mandalas. A space is concentrated in one area, the half-built palace and necropolis of the Escorial, and perhaps in one mind, that of Philippe the King El Señor. I don't know, it's supposed to be like weird and scatological at times and brilliant. I don't know. This is a challenge. Challenge for the end of the year. Can we bring back these pictures? I mean, look at Carlos there. Señor Fuentes in all of his glory. I have a note here that says, and so many more. Anyway, moving on. Is there a book that could still shock you and become a favorite book of the year? Of course there is. There always is. That's always a possibility. I have here in my notes, The Echoes by Evie Wilde. Looks like a promising, like 5-star banger of a book for Alyssa. So we'll see. I don't think this technically comes out until 2025, at least in the US. But I have an arc of it, so. Anyway, so there's that. That's on the list for this coming month. And then finally, have you started making any reading plans for next year? Why, yes, I have. Thank you for asking. I have a couple things in the works. There's some general stuff, like I want to read more Barbara Pym. Tony and I are working on that. I think we also are doing a little bit of reading some more Wolf together. I'm going to continue with Dance to the Music of Time. Sort of throughout the year. Naomi and I are trying to lock down our book club list for 2025. We only read on that list. We'll only do women in translation. We do 6 books throughout the year. I don't know what's on there yet, but I know there's going to be Alyssa Spector because I'm going to make it happen. We pick good books, so go over to TBR Lowdown. I'm sure there's a link in the description, and keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for that list and join us for things because it's fun. And then I need to this week start prepping for my year with Wharton. If you've been following along, you know that I've been doing a year with Jane Austen, which is kindly hosted by somebody over on Instagram. And I want to do something sort of similar, maybe not on the same scale, but just kind of more casually here on the channel, where I do a year with Edith Wharton and we read 6 books of hers throughout the year with some content around that. Maybe some biographical stuff. Maybe I can get myself up to Lenox, Massachusetts to see her house that's there because it's beautiful, at least in pictures. I've never seen it in person. So that's kind of like this bigger actual project that I want to do for the year. And then I hope to do kind of more going forward for however long I make these videos because I don't know how long I'm going to do that for. But yeah, that's the book tag. That's a look into the plans I have for 2025. I don't really make a ton of plans for things because I'm really bad at sticking to stuff. And yeah, that's it. I think I got a text message from my mom that says call me. So I'm gonna stop, and I guess I'm gonna call my mother, which nobody needs to see that conversation. I appreciate you watching. If you've read any of these books, let me know. Let me know what you're trying to read by the end of the year. If you want to answer any of these questions, I always love to hear people's responses. I guess I'll tag the Disco King, and we can tag Roro. Yeah, that's it. That's good. Come on, boys. Tell me what you're gonna read at the end of the year. I need to not be cold. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video, whatever it may be, because it's my channel. I can do whatever I want. Bye.